Oh, what a performance from Kevin Durant last night with the Nets down 17 at one point. They needed him so badly, and he came up so big. Durant in the fourth quarter, they had cut it to 2. That 3 gave them a 1-point lead, their first lead since the opening seconds. Then with 5 minutes to go, the Nets down by 1. That's Durant knocking another shot down, then a $1:20 to go. Giannis at the free throw line down by 2. Crowd smelling blood. He misses the first. He made the second. It's a 1-point game, and then Durant on a night where he scored 49. This was his biggest shot of the night. Shot clock winding down again. Final minute in a 1-point game. Look at that one. 49 points, 17 rebounds, 10 assists. Played all 48 minutes. This was the Bucks' final possession, final seconds, down by 2. They turn it over. What a performance. Kevin Durant, James Harden gutting it out last night, and the Nets finding a way. 114-108. They get the win in a 3-2 lead, and Magic Johnson, who would know a thing or two about it, tweeted, "Kevin Durant gave us a Mount Rushmore performance tonight." And let's dive into this now with Malika Andrews, who covers for us and was there last night, and my uncle Seth Greenberg, no relation. Malika, let me start with you. How would you describe the scene in the building last night as Kevin Durant put on a second half for the ages?
It was electric, Greeny. I mean, literally, as we were going to air just now, I got a text from a coach who used to work with Kevin Durant, and it just said, "This Brooklyn series is crazy. Kevin Durant was amazing." And the praise for him has been so far-reaching. It's come from all over the NBA, including from his opponent, Giannis Antetokounmpo, who said he is the best player in the world right now. And Jeff Green, who also had an incredible career-high performance and added for Brooklyn last night, said, "Look, we are witnessing once again who the best player in the world is." James Harden, who made his comeback last night, said that Kevin Durant was completely unfazed all game long. But Kevin Durant afterward, he wasn't looking to have celebrations or champagne showers or any of that stuff. He said, "Look, I understand. I know Game 6 very well may be the toughest game we play. The Nets are headed to Milwaukee today." And Kevin Durant was already talking about the fact that he needs to start zeroing in on that game because they still have work to do, Greeny.
It's great insight. He's got to put that one behind us, but we don't, not yet. Seth, I'm coming to you. So you're through a coach's eyes. I mean, how would you describe Kevin Durant last night?
Efficient. He was incredibly efficient. He let everything come to him. He never chased anything. He had a quiet 49. And what I mean by quiet 49 is, they hung around. You knew in the fourth quarter he was going to take over. But he didn't take a bad shot. He made the game easier for other people. You run a double team at him, he found Jeff Green, who knocked down wide open jump shots. He made the right play every single time down the floor. And then at the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, they put him in that flat ball screen, and he absolutely tortured the Bucks. Get into a little middle game, they are drop coverage, he knocked down shot after shot. Efficient, that's how I describe him. He had an efficient 49, a dominant 49, and when the game was on the line, 73% of the points he either scored or assisted on in the fourth quarter. I'd say that's pretty remarkable.
It was. It is a performance for the ages. Now, and you heard Giannis say so. But Seth, let me ask you, Jay Will and basically all of Twitter was questioning Giannis not guarding KD in the fourth quarter last night. He's obviously a brilliant defensive player and didn't take on that challenge. How did you see that situation and maybe some other question marks that came out of last night?
Yeah, I think that at the end of the game, Giannis has to be on him. I mean, I understand P.J. Tucker's done a great job. He's been physical. He's been tough. Middle did the same thing. But you know what? At the end of the game, one of the best defensive players, in the country, in the NBA, you've got to go good on good. You've got to use his length and his athleticism to contest those shots. And they were contested shots he made. And then offensively, I thought the Bucks, they got stagnant. Think about it. In this series right now, they're throwing 45 fewer passes per game in this series than they did in the previous series. Why? The ball gets stuck in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, Giannis, you can't settle for fadeaway step-back jumper. All right? You can't settle for a three-point shot. Giannis, you've got to attack. You get James Harden on you, put him in the cup, take it to the rim, draw an N1. That shot is unacceptable. A three-point shot is unacceptable. He's got to attack, play downhill, and be the aggressor.
There was a lot of that last night. So, Malika, then let me come back to you. Now we can spin it forward because the Nets still need another win to close this series out. Where do we stand now with Harden coming off of playing last night, Kyrie Irving, and all the rest of it?
Oh, yeah, well, there is a whole lot of all the rest of it, right, Greeny? So James Harden said yesterday that his plan is to get prepared to play in Game 6. That's what he wants to do. But you mentioned he played 46 minutes in Game 5. So certainly there's going to be a lot that needs to be assessed between Game 5 and Game 6, just in terms of how he is feeling, how fatigued he is. We saw a lot of kinesiology tape around that right hamstring that he's been dealing with. But if it's left up to him, just as it was yesterday, he is going to play. Now, Kyrie Irving, as Adrian Wojnarowski reported, the Nets are gearing up for the distinct possibility that they may not have him for the rest of this series with that ankle sprain. That's been something that he's been dealing with, still a little bit sore, but we'll see a little bit more in the next couple of days.
All right, yeah, the schedule shapes up now. They go to Milwaukee. They play that Game 6 tomorrow night. If necessary, Game 7 is in Brooklyn on Saturday, so there is not a lot of turnaround time here at all. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.